way you do this and that, and possessions and all sorts. If you go to England, it's all about, you know, 4-4-2, hitting the channels and 100 miles an hour, and God knows where you went up, right? You go to Brazil, you better buy a Speedo and go to the beach. There are no coaching courses, just make sure you got a couple of trips and you got a chance. Where's the truth? Well, you know, that was my question. Well, you know. Now at one point, and it was exactly in '85, I was walking in a little place in Holland, came next to the bookstore, and there was a book in the window which was called The Plan for the Ideal Player, written by Will Curver, founder of Curver Coaching. Right? So I bought the book, I started reading the preface, and I thought, bing, this light went on, that's it. You don't have to go to any university, any coaching course to understand that if you've got more skillful players on the park, players that can make a difference in one-to-one, you definitely have. However, it's not been trained anywhere. That's what Curver's conclusions was. He based it on the analysis of the top players. That's what he did. He went round to Holland, he went to the best teams in Belgium, to Germany and all that. Look, two things he found. One, that there was not one coach that was working and training on skills or ability of the players to make them tactically better. Not one. So he said, well, that's useless. There's no point in me looking and analysing all these coaches. I might as better look at Cruyff, Johan Cruyff, Wim van Hanegem, all them players, Rob Rensenberg, all the players that were skillful in Holland. Then he went to Belgium, then he went to Germany, Beckenbauer, that sort of players. He looked to England, Bobby Charlton, George Best, Eusebio, Di Stefano, Puskas. That was his era. All of them had the same sort of quality. Tactical ability to dominate the 1v1, whether put under pressure by an opponent or when they were looking for it. So that was my starting point then. So I thought, right, I'm going to follow that route. I was very fortunate to work with Curver for about nearly 5 years. So my initial basic thoughts behind my philosophy is not from the Dutch FA. Stronger than, I'm opposing to it. Not entirely, there are many good things in it, but what they say, the Dutch FA, they say, in the younger age group you need to play 4v4 and you will create great players. I agree with the 4v4 because technical training, skill training is repetition. But only player that will be able to beat a player in 4v4 if he's got the natural talent to be the player. So if you can't be the player in 4v4, you will also not be able to beat them in 7v7 and 9v9 or 11v11 unless I start working with it. Right? Simple. So what Curver is saying is that, and he made this analogy once, he said, if I've got a group of 100 kids, how do I know if any of them is good at playing the piano? There's only one way to find out. Stick a piano in there, get an expert in, and let them play one by one. Now the expert will say, the 100 kids, 80, no talent whatsoever together, no musical, whatever. 20 of them, yes, got some talent. 10 of them, they're really good, but there's 2 of them, they're exceptionally good. That's what you call the savants, the one from God. They've got it of God. They didn't know it, you just put the piano there, and we unlock that talent. So they will be, they pick everything up. The other 8 in that top 10 group, they need lessons, they need hard work, but they might become as good as them. But the expert will still hear, that's a natural God-gifted player, that guy's worked hard at it, and he's got a very hard level. You see that point? So, my starting point of the analysis is really, what I did, I made an analysis. Is it as or is that? I don't know. I made an analysis. So whilst I was working with Curver, I thought I need to think a bit further out of the box. Because if people come and ask me and say, why do you coach the way you coach? I'm not going to say, well, because I like Curver and I like his son and that's it. No, it needs to be more in depth. I need to try to explain why. So it doesn't really start with the players. It starts with looking at successful teams. That's what I've analysed. So, to do that, I've looked at the best. Yeah, told it to the parents yesterday, time and time again. Why the best? Because if I want to be the best opera singer, I'm not going to listen to Joe Blocks in a karaoke bar across the street. I'm going to analyse Pavarotti, Dominguez, Carrera. Listen, and I try to write, and the expert again will tell me, you've got a talent to become as good as. If I want to be the best tennis player, I'm going to look at Borg, McEnroe, Sampras, Agassi, Connors, Nadal, Federer, Djokovic, because they are the best. If I want to be the best football player, I'm going to look at the best. If I want to have the best football team, I need to look at the best teams. So what I did, I looked at all the teams that have won the World Cup, because that, as in football, would be agreed one of the highest levels, right? The best nations in there. And you look at that, where the Brazils are in there, the Germanys are in there, France have won it, Italy is in there, Spain is in there, you should say Holland is in there, because they came 3 times second.